Right now, somewhere on Earth, a human is spending $300 on ripped jeans that were designed to look old on purpose. Meanwhile, 100,000 years ago, your ancestors were just trying not to freeze to death. Human fashion has evolved in a very strange direction, because for most animals, clothing makes absolutely no sense. Birds already have feathers, polar bears have fur, wolves survive snowstorms completely naked without emotional damage. Humans? Humans lost most of their body hair and then spent the next several thousand years inventing jackets. Which raises a strange question. Why did ancient humans start wearing clothes in the first place? Because the first human to wear animal skin probably looked completely ridiculous to everyone else. Imagine being the only guy in your tribe wearing a dead deer like a hoodie. Some prehistoric human definitely got roasted for that. But eventually, everybody copied him, and that decision changed human history forever. Because clothing did not just protect humans from the cold, it transformed migration, survival, social status, identity, attraction, civilization itself. The story begins with something humans accidentally lost: fur. Millions of years ago, early human ancestors were much hairier than modern humans. Not exactly gorilla-level hairy, but significantly furrier than you are right now. Which honestly explains why ancient humans probably smelled incredible. At some point, humans began losing most of that body hair. Scientists still debate exactly why this happened. One major theory involves heat. Early humans evolved in hot African environments where persistence hunting became important. Instead of sprinting like cheetahs, humans survived by slowly chasing animals for absurdly long distances. Seriously, ancient humans basically unlocked the "annoy your prey until it collapses" strategy. And for that to work efficiently, the body needed better cooling. Sweat became extremely important. Fur traps heat. Bare skin releases it. So over thousands of generations, humans became less hairy and better at surviving extreme heat. Which worked great. Until humans left Africa. Because suddenly, those same mostly hairless humans started walking into colder environments. Ice, snow, freezing wind, rainstorms. And unlike other animals, humans no longer had natural protection. That must have been horrifying. One day, you are comfortably existing in warm grasslands. The next day, the sky starts throwing frozen water directly at your face. Ancient humans probably looked at snow and immediately thought, absolutely not. And this is where clothing likely began. Not fashion, not modesty, pure survival. At first, clothing was probably extremely primitive. Animal skins, leaves, grass, tree bark, basically anything that stopped the body from suffering. But creating even simple clothing wasn't easy, because skinning animals requires tools, scraping hides requires tools, sewing requires tools. Scientists have actually discovered ancient bone needles dating back tens of thousands of years, which means prehistoric humans weren't just surviving, they were tailoring. Imagine explaining fashion design to a caveman. Bro, this mammoth fur doesn't match your sandals. But clothing solved enormous problems. Warmth meant humans could survive colder climates, and colder climates meant humans could migrate farther across Earth. Your hoodie exists partly because prehistoric humans refused to freeze. And here's something fascinating. Scientists studying human lice discovered a very strange clue connected to clothing. Body lice and head lice evolved separately thousands of years ago. Body lice specifically live in clothing, which means by tracking when those lice evolved, scientists can estimate when humans began regularly wearing clothes. Yes, tiny bugs living in your shirt helped scientists study human evolution. Nature is deeply weird sometimes. Humans probably started consistently wearing clothing around 170,000 years ago. Long before cities, long before farming, long before civilization. Ancient humans were already inventing outfits. But eventually, clothing became more than survival. It became social. Because humans are humans, and humans turn literally everything into identity. Even today, clothing quietly sends signals. Wealth, personality, status, confidence, attractiveness. Ancient humans likely did the same thing. A successful hunter might wear impressive animal skins. Someone skilled at crafting might decorate clothing with beads, shells, or rare materials. The moment clothing stopped being about survival, it became about who you were. Decorations made from bones, feathers, shells, or teeth may have signaled skill or experience. Some anthropologists believe early clothing even played a role in attraction, because once humans started covering their bodies, mystery entered the equation. And humans are very good at turning mystery into emotion. Some prehistoric human probably spent hours decorating their clothing, only for another tribe member to pretend not to notice. Human romance has always been complicated. And clothing also helped humans psychologically, because humans are not just physical creatures, we are social creatures. The moment humans became self-aware enough to think about how others perceived them, appearance started to matter. Not necessarily in the modern sense, but socially. A decorated outfit could communicate tribe identity, experience, leadership, even spirituality. In some ancient societies, clothing became deeply connected to rituals and ceremonies. Certain animal furs may have symbolized power. Special ornaments may have represented adulthood or achievement. Clothing slowly transformed into culture. And culture transformed humans into something very different from every other animal. No other species obsesses over appearance quite like humans do. Peacocks come close. But peacocks do not spend 45 minutes deciding what to wear before meeting someone. Humans absolutely do. And here is another strange detail. Clothing may have changed human relationships themselves. Because once humans covered their bodies regularly, physical appearance became partially controlled. People could decorate themselves intentionally. They could express identity visually. In some ways, clothing became the earliest version of personal branding. Which sounds ridiculous. Until you realize that luxury brands, jewelry, designer shoes, and expensive watches are basically the same idea with better marketing. Your prehistoric ancestors notices 1% of the future bases to give the existing march with a will developing to be. Your prehistoric ancestors looked at modern fashion and been completely confused. Wait, you hunted a what for those sneakers? And over time, humans became emotionally attached to clothing too. Think about how strange that is. Humans feel confident in certain clothes, embarrassed in others, attractive in others. A jacket can change your mood. A uniform can change behavior. Even today, clothing affects psychology enormously. And this may connect to one of humanity's strangest abilities: imagination. Because humans do not just wear clothes for protection anymore. We wear them to become something. Professional, dangerous, beautiful, powerful, accepted. Clothing became emotional armor, which is kind of insane if you think about it. A species of mostly hairless apes invented fabric and somehow attached self-esteem to it. Evolution definitely did not see that coming. But ancient clothing still remained brutal compared to modern comfort. No soft hoodies, no sneakers, no waterproof jackets. Animal hides were heavy, wet, rough, and probably smelled terrible. Prehistoric humans constantly repaired damaged clothing by hand. A ripped outfit during winter could become life-threatening. This made clothing incredibly valuable. Some anthropologists believe certain ancient trade networks may have partly involved rare animal furs and decorative materials. which means fashion economics may be older than civilization itself. That's unbelievable. Before skyscrapers, before money, before written language, humans were already thinking, okay, but does this fur make me look cool? And honestly, humans do not just survive environments. We personalize them. Even in the harshest conditions, humans still create beauty. Cave paintings, jewelry, music, decorated clothing. Our ancestors were not emotionless cavemen struggling through darkness. They were people. Curious people. Creative people. Self-conscious people. People who wanted warmth, but probably also wanted admiration. And eventually, clothing helped purpose. I'm on the person that it was going to be anything, and eventually, clothing helped purpose. 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 Clothing helped humans conquer the planet. Cold regions became survivable. Migration expanded. Civilizations emerged. Different environments created different styles of clothing across the world. Animal furs in colder regions, loose fabrics in deserts, layered outfits in mountains. Human clothing became a map of Earth's environments. Even today, you can still see ancient survival strategies hidden inside modern fashion. Winter coats, boots, scarves. They are all echoes of prehistoric survival. Which means every time you wear a hoodie during cold weather, you are participating in a survival strategy older than civilization itself. That's kind of insane. And maybe purpose who participate in the modern fashion, that push the part of the prehistorics become free. And maybe come to the person way. And maybe show her, maybe shows you person anything that they are unproposed in the person way. And maybe purpose that you will within Win State Main did with new modern Earth list. Because the difference with arrived proposed it. And maybe the strangest part of all this is that humans never stopped using clothing to solve emotional problems too. Confidence, belonging, identity, attraction. A modern teenager choosing an outfit before school is not completely different from a prehistoric human decorating animal fur before meeting their tribe. The materials changed, the instincts didn't. Right now, somewhere on Earth, a human is buying expensive clothes online while sitting in air conditioning. Meanwhile, your ancestors once stitched animal skins together beside campfires just to survive winter. And somehow, both behaviors come from the exact same species. Because beneath modern fashion trends, luxury brands, and online shopping, your brain is still ancient, still adapting, still signaling identity, still trying to belong. Still trying not to belong. Freeze to death. Just emotionally this time.